Obviously a very, very hard-fought win. Really proud of our team for once again, really back-to-back weeks showing, different types of resiliency to rely on one another. And obviously there's a lot we could do better, a lot more consistent play, capitalizing on some opportunities offensively, and continuing to grow and progress and play as good as we can on the defensive side. But special teams, once again, huge for us. Greg Joseph with the 5 for 5 field goals. Ryan Wright, two punts inside the 20, and the fake punt for his first career completion. Just really, really solid performance by our teams again. Want to thank, obviously, we came in with a dialed-in plan. I want to thank everybody associated with our team and all the people I relied on to help me make decisions that I thought were in the best interest of our team, how we prepared to come here, and then obviously from the moment we, from the flight all the way to stepping foot at our hotel to now as we head out of here. I think a lot of really smart folks that care about our team put a lot into it. I'm very thankful for obviously those folks, and then as well my first experience in a game over here, and cannot say enough about what the atmosphere was like today. In addition to just what 3-4 days have felt like here for our team and the support and just a genuine real love of American football that I feel. With that, I do want to hit quickly on Lewis Cine. I know I'm a little long here, but a very, very tough moment for our team, and obviously a guy that from day one has been a personal favorite of mine and done everything we asked and was continuing to progress in his rookie year, really having a dynamic role for us on teams. He did have a lower leg fracture, and we got him the immediate medical care at a local hospital. And from everything I've been told, the care, obviously the local folks here have been phenomenal with Lou. But he will be having surgery to fix that here. We feel very strongly about obviously not only the local doctors but our medical team that will stay back with Lou. We'll get that fixed up for him, and as soon as he's able to make the transition back to the Twin Cities, we'll do that. But until then, all we care about is wrapping our arms around him, having support stay here with him, and then ultimately when it's right for the player, and what's most important is everything happens for the betterment of Lou's health. So with that, I'll open it up to you guys. Sorry for the long comment, a lot to get to there.
First of all, best wishes to Lewis
thank
as well.
you.
You say about finding different ways to win. What do you take from winning like that? What can you take as a positive and something to build on as well?
Yeah, I think, offensively we'll know first and foremost we got to finish some red zone opportunities that we had. I feel like there were some critical moments there where maybe we could got instead of 3, some opportunities there for 7 that if we do that, maybe it doesn't have to be as close in the end, but I give them a ton of credit. That's a good defense, tough front to run the football against, and then obviously they've got 3 really good corners and how they were deploying them, and obviously a really good plan to try to take away our run game but also account for Justin and Adam. And ultimately we found some plays out there, but just not consistency finishing drives. But I got to give Kirk and our offense a ton of credit there, back-to-back kind of drives for 10 points there in the fourth quarter to score and then obviously get the field goal. But just learning ops for us. I know that it's not always the easiest thing to hear, but we're still we're 4 games into this thing, and tons of opportunities for me to coach better, get our guys to be a little bit more consistent, and hopefully when we do that we'll start seeing a little bit more pattern of results where we don't feel like we need to come back in the end.
You mentioned the fake punt. Was that a call you made that Matt Daniels made? And then does Ryan Wright have the ability to audible into or out of something like that?
No, we, Hat and I have been really talking about that Hat being Matt Daniels. We've been talking about that one for a while, and I thought it was a critical moment in the game. He suggested it to me, and right at that moment, I thought it was a great time to give those guys a chance. I'd seen some similar looks early on in the game where I kind of evaluated the likelihood of getting that look again, especially where we were on the field, and thought it was a great chance. I trust Jalen Naylor, and Ryan can throw the football now, and now we put that on tape, and hopefully we can find other unique ways to possibly challenge defenses in that moment, 4th and shorts, and go get some more first downs. But gave Ryan Wright a game ball, Greg Joseph a game ball. I told Jalen Naylor I'm expecting a few more catches in his Vikings career, so he's got a ways to go before he gets that one. But huge play for our team there.
Kevin, do you remember Delvin coming up to you surrounding the word respond on the sideline? I think you addressed the team, he told me, after the game in terms of responding.
Yeah.
Do you remember that moment, and kind of how do you think your team responded? Another big response like last week's.
I just think this group is a connected team that loves playing with each other, and when they need to, these guys can collectively come together, and we rely a lot on our leadership. We rely a lot on guys to make plays in big moments, but there's never any ounce of flinch, even when things don't go well for us, because the expectation is a high standard here. And when we're able to make these plays late in games to go execute again, to do whatever we had to do to win the football game, I think it continues to give you confidence moving forward as a team. That you can win when maybe you leave some plays out there, or defensively we could be a little bit better. But ultimately what I'm going to continue to challenge the group to, Stacey, is just understanding that our consistency of being the best possible football team as we progress is going to be key for our season, because we can definitely get a lot better. But I'm so proud of our team, and this moment will help us moving forward.
Kevin, Will Lutz hits a 60-yarder and then
Yeah.
he lines up for a 61-yarder. What's going through your mind at that point?
As soon as he hit it, I thought it was going in, the second one. I told him after the game he hit them both as pure as they come. He's outdoors here, and for him to line up two of those in a row, felt like that thing had a real good chance to go through. And obviously a couple bounces later, we're able to walk off as the winning team. But you got to give them a ton of credit. That's a tough team that's won a lot of football games. I thought Andy battled, coming in as the backup quarterback. And I told our team last night, I said, this guy is a legit NFL quarterback that's played in playoff games, that's had a ton of success. He's going to be aggressive today. We got to be at our best to give ourselves a chance to win the football game. I got a ton of respect for Andy, Pete, that offensive coaching staff over there. But in general, when it left his foot, I thought it was going in. And then on the first bounce, I thought it was probably going in. And then luckily it did not.
How does it affect your game plan when you're coming up against kickers who can kick from 60 yards, and knowing that the field goal range is so much longer? How does that affect defensively?
I don't remember this many kickers in the league having that kind of range. I know our guy does, and obviously Will proved it today that he can be a real factor in the game from distance. And there's a lot of guys in our league now that can swing it and hit from 60 plus. So it definitely is a factor how you manage those end of game situations, deciding how you're going to maybe potentially use your timeouts or use different defensive or offensive calls based upon field position, knowing that the 42 or 44-yard line is in field goal range, and we've got to be aggressive to maybe try to push them out of that range, which is crazy to say when that kick's happening on their side of the 50.
Adam was saying earlier how much he's enjoyed coming to London, and more or less hinted that he wants to come back every single year.
Yeah.
Do you want to come back personally and maybe spend a little bit more time than you did this week rather than coming in on the Friday?
Yeah, I would absolutely love to. I'm hoping that that's in the plans for us moving forward. Obviously with the week 4 game and then choosing to not have a bye week after, we really kind of purposely planned this from start to finish a certain way. But if you tell me it's a couple weeks later in the season or maybe later on in the year, we would like to come and really invest in our time and in the community here. We had a couple great events even in the short time we were here with some folks here, and would love to do more of that. And like I said, the atmosphere was unbelievable today. This stadium, this facility, everything just felt first class, and it was, for my first time, a heck of an experience.
Last question for Kevin. What are your thoughts on Justin Jefferson today? Because he told me on Friday it was frustrating the last 2 games. He would like to play a main role, collecting yards, collecting touchdowns, and he couldn't. But it was different today.
Yeah, I think I've spent a lot of time with JJ over the last couple of weeks, just continuing to tell him how much I appreciate the leadership that he's shown by not allowing that frustration to affect not only his play but our offense. And then obviously how excited he was last week for KJ and Adam Thielen to make plays late in that game against the Lions to win. But it was time, no matter what we had to do today, within reason, within our normal offense, we were going to get him going. We knew he was going to be matched up against a premier player at his position in Marcus Lattimore, and I have a ton of respect for him and how he plays and competes. But we wanted to give, Justin some one-on-one ops when we saw them, and then obviously, allow him to help the other guys as well on some of those early downs. But so proud of Justin, huge performance, gave him a game ball today, and he earned that game ball today, but in my opinion, he earned it, in the preparation leading up to this over these last couple weeks.
Did you change any schemes late in the third quarter to get more involved? Because by and large, he was in check for up to the third quarter.
Yeah, I think it was just a matter of consistency for our offense. We were able to kind of stay true to who we are, but at the same time allow Kirk and our passing offense to get aggressive and move the team to go try to win it. Thank you.
Everybody, Eric Hender's up next.